very briefly going to check in with our good friend Suzanne Levine. I think she is here. And say hello. Suzanne is from the Greater West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce. Suzanne, good morning. Thank you for joining us via Zoom. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. So you're obviously at home like all the rest of us. You're doing a good job. How's cocooning going for you?
Well, I'm still very busy, which is good. I think it's really good to stay active. I'm trying to answer our local businesses' calls about how I can help them, provide information. I get daily updates from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, from Oakland County, from the U.S. Treasury, different opportunities for our members to apply for grants and loans, and trying to stay in touch with some of our local banks. What programs are they offering? So, I mean, on the one hand, it's good because I think it's important for us to not. We should have physical distancing, not social distancing.
I agree. I'm starting to hear that more. So this started out as social distancing. It was in our vocabulary when we first started doing this broadcast, and now we've changed it to physical distancing. I heard them talking about that on some of the big radio stations and TV stations in our area today, Tyler. So clearly they are following our lead on this one, don't you think?
Yeah, I think that they absolutely are.
I'm sure of it. Suzanne, how are the business doing today? We have the Paycheck Protection Plan going in place for small business. This is a huge program. I think it's like $400 billion, and it's really going to help small businesses. The key here is they will get reimbursed if they don't lay off their employees. It's a loan, but it's really a grant because you get most of the money back. Are you hearing business? I think it's fantastic. What are you hearing?
Yes, I know that they're starting to, apply for it. I know that there's always confusion when these new programs are rolled out. So I'm trying to direct them to experts that can help them, navigate this new abnormal. I don't call it normal, and hopefully it'll never be normal.
Yeah.
But I think it's great because I know most of it's forgiven. Most of the loan is forgiven. How
Yeah, no, I think it's
amazing.
going to be. I think it's going to be absolutely excellent. Your mic is a little muddy, so we're going to move along. Is there anything else that you want to say before we zip along here?
Yes, I want to. The chamber is going to start a new program, and I'm hoping that along the way, maybe you can be part of this. It's going to be an unsung local community kind of hero program where we're going to ask for nominations. Could be a grocer, someone who works in a grocery store. It can be a police officer, a nurse. It can be a student who's offering to buy groceries for their neighbors, and we would, post their picture and do a little bio, and maybe at some point they could be interviewed on the radio, just, basically saying thank you so much for doing everything you can during these very challenging times to make life a little bit better.
All right. Well, I think it's a great idea. We have been doing a person of the week on TV, so we will call you after the show, seeing if we can coordinate on that. And absolutely, I mean, I think people are doing a good job recognizing the first responders, but we need to do a better job in all areas. And I don't know if you saw the report from, I don't know, it was in one of the local media outlets today about a grocer and the employees here in the Detroit area, and they are very concerned because people that are going to the store are just being slobs. They're making it very difficult for the grocery store. They're leaving like rubber gloves and things like that all over the parking lot. The people that are working at these essential outlets are taking as much of a risk as anybody else. And so just try and keep that in mind. I know the people listening now are not slobs. They're the quality people. But if you see somebody, disrespecting the parking lot of a grocery store, leaving a mess that somebody else has to take their life in their own hands to clean up, I think it's a terrible thing. So do your best to help out. Suzanne, thank you so much for being with us today.